Okay, it is Luxury Fred in the 2017 Lexus RC F. Excuse me, I'm going to have some water before I set off on my drive. So, mechanically, the 2017 RC F is identical to the 2018 RC F, just FYI. The difference is in the, I believe, the length of time of the coverage and some of the Lexus Enform features are, you have them for a longer subscription or a longer free time period. And I will confirm that in the comments below. So this is, of course, Lexus's amazing 5-liter V8 powered rear-wheel drive super sports car with 467 horsepower, which makes it quite amazing to drive. I drove this car about 1,000 miles. I took it on an epic California road trip. Okay, so crossing the Golden Gate Bridge. Headed starting in Orange County, and show you some of the speed here. So I took it on an epic road trip. I started in Orange County at the ranch at Laguna Beach. Okay, so we have arrived here at the ranch at Laguna Beach. As you can see, we're right on Pacific Coast Highway, right across from the beach over there, here in Laguna Beach. And we're gonna have a nice getaway with the Lexus RC F, which was amazing to drive down here from Palm Springs. And then I drove it all the way up to Northern California, to Sonoma, to wine country. I stayed at the Fairmont Sonoma. Okay, and we have finally arrived after 8 hours on the road at the Fairmont Sonoma Mission Inn up here in wine country, driving the beautiful Lexus RC F with 467 horsepower. Made it great for the drive up here, and wonderful both on the freeways and then also on the little roads up here in Sonoma, the curvy kind of mountain roads. And then I drove to San Francisco, and I stayed at the Fairmont San Francisco as well. Okay, made it to our final destination on the Lexus RC F road trip, the Fairmont San Francisco. You can check my YouTube video and you'll be able to see those other, videos from the hotels and things like that, as well as my wine tasting videos. Okay, so we've made it to our final stop on the epic Lexus RC F road trip Stopping here at Gloria Ferrer Caves and Vineyards to do some wine tasting, and we are in the heart of Sonoma wine country here. So the car is a real pleasure to drive. I don't have any negative things to say about it whatsoever. It's an incredible sports sedan. It's got a luxurious interior. It's great to drive. You've got different drive modes which really make a difference in the feeling of the car and the comfort and things like that. There's a normal comfort mode, then there's a sport mode, then there's a sport plus mode. And the sport mode tightens up the suspension, it lowers the, it increases the shift points, and then the sport plus mode even turns off some of the traction control features. You also have Lexus's torque vectoring differential, which also has different settings, and that's a system that controls the speed of the rear wheels individually. So if you're going around a turn and you have it in the slalom setting, it will turn the outside wheel faster to kind of crank you through the turn, so to speak. There's a normal setting, a slalom setting, and then a track setting as well for the torque vectoring differential. Inside, you've got a lovely, if I might say, very sporty cabin. An interior, when anyone gets into it, they're like, wow, this is a really nice car. You've got these leather sports seats that are firm but comfortable. After 8 hours on the road, I was feeling a little tiny bit of back discomfort, but it wasn't bad, and it wasn't, I think you have to have some compromise between sport and comfort in a car like this. It's funny, I compare this to like a super Japanese Mustang GT or Cobra, or even a Corvette. It's got that feel where if you turn off the traction control, you can just, burn the tires for days and days and do donuts, like this donut. So since I've been talking about the interior, let me give you a quick tour of the interior. So of course we have Lexus's amazing, supportive, seriously sporty sports seats, great leather, got the F Sport badging, and then they have kind of solid backs with a little chrome trim here. This is how you access the back seat. And let's start with the back seat here. So I did have a friend ride in the back seat. She said, although it's a little difficult to get in, it's quite comfortable back here. You've got an armrest that you can put down. You've got a little center console here. You've got your own vents there. And even your own speakers. There's a speaker there. There's a speaker there. So you do have a nice amount of room. Again, it's mainly a two-seater, but you can fit, 4 people back here if you try. Again, nice suede and leather inside, very good, obviously build quality from Lexus, but with nice premium materials. Show you the trunk and the back. You have a nice spacious trunk here. The seats do not fold down, but you have a pass-through in the center there. Lexus first aid kit over there. So large trunk. We have a carbon fiber wing that goes up above a certain speed. You can also raise it and lower it with a switch in the car. And show you the driver's side here. Again, the seat, when you use the latch to push it forward, it automatically moves the seat forward as well. And then as you saw, it slides back into the memory position. Great side bolsters here, perfect for aggressive driving. So if we get inside, you can see we have some nice carbon fiber trim here. Nice center console with the Lexus infotainment system. The one thing I don't like that they keep doing with these RCs and RCFs, and I don't understand it, the radio here is a square piece. Can you see that? Yet this thing is curved. This goes kind of at an angle, and then this is a nice leather piece that goes off to the side, yet you have this squared radio, and they've been doing this for a couple years. I don't understand why they don't make the radio kind of fit better, given everything else is so perfect in this car. You've got some carbon fiber trim above the glove box there, again on the other side, and of course you have the Lexus F. Their signature color of the F Sport is the blue, so you have blue stitching here. You've got a bit of blue stitching on the steering wheel. You've got your F badge there, and you got some blue stitching here on the shift lever. So we have multiple drive modes. We have a standard normal mode. There's a sport mode. There's a Sport Plus mode, and that's the most extreme mode, both in terms of the transmission shifting. It revs much higher. It also turns off some of the traction control and some of those other things and gives you the most race-like experience. Besides the drive modes, we have the torque vectoring differential, and you can see it changing there. We have a standard mode. Then we have a slalom mode, and then we have a track mode. And the torque vectoring differential spins the back wheels at slightly different speeds to help push you around the corner. So it turns the outside wheel faster to help push you around corners and things like that. Very cool technology. Again, this is a front engine, rear wheel drive, true sports car. It's not all wheel drive. It is rear wheel drive, which I love. This is like a really fancy Japanese Super Mustang Cobra or something like that, I would compare it to. So you have a nice display. Again, this is in the sport mode. It's cool. The main display is the tachometer and your RPMs. This smaller display is your speed, and then you have different displays on the left that obviously can be changed, including lap times and history and things like that for track. And then of course, so this shows you G-force, this shows you the torque distribution, see on the left there. So as you're driving, it will show you which wheel is getting more torque, again with the torque vectoring differential. Paddle shifters here, very responsive transmission. I haven't had to shift this a lot. And what else? You've got your wing control here, some heads-up display and lighting and things like that over there. Your main controls are over here. It's for the Lexus infotainment system, which is very good with navigation, all that other stuff. And this has the upgraded super crazy Mark Levinson stereo system, which is very nice. Nice old school clock as well. Okay, then here we have a center console with some of my stuff in there. We also have charging ports. This is the finger control to control the, you can see the cursor moves up there and you select things with this. And this is a snow mode. This is to turn traction control off, which is very scary. And then you have the drive mode, and then this puts it into manual mode so you can shift with the paddle shifters. Okay. So that concludes the inside tour of the 2017, which is almost the same as the 2018, Lexus RC F. So now you've seen the interior, let me give you a tour around the exterior. So we have very aggressive styling. A little more aggressive than the regular RC models. You've got these kind of vents here. We got of course, the F Sport badging there. Front end. And again, we've got carbon fiber up on the roof there. See that? big orange brake calipers. Got kind of a 3-lens headlamp design there, if you can see that. And you've got the kind of the hood bulge that indicates this is the RC F, because it has the mighty 5-liter V8 under there. And you can also tell it's the RC F because it has the quad for tailpipes there. And the wider stance with these kind of fender flares on the outside there. And here's the business end. Lexus's amazing 5-liter V8 engine generating 467 horsepower, which is a very large amount for this car, which is what makes it so much fun. Not the negative thing, but this car that I'm driving is a press car because I'm reviewing it. It's lent to me by Lexus, and with a lot of these press cars, they come loaded with every possible option so that you get the ultimate experience. And this car, the base price is $64,000 and change, $64,175 or something like that. But this car has $15,000 worth of options. It's got 19-inch hand-polished 20-spoke forged alloy wheels. That's $1,500. Premium triple beam LED headlamps, which I showed you on the outside tour. That's $1,180. $800 for leather trimmed interior seats. So you got the nice leather seats here. Then the most expensive thing is $5,500 for what's called the performance package. That's the carbon fiber roof, carbon fiber rear wing, and the torque vectoring rear differential that I was talking about. The premium package, that is another $3,240. That's heated ventilated front seats with driver's side seat memory, carbon fiber interior trim. That's those pieces. And some other kind of luxury items. $300 for the pre-collision system with radar cruise control, and then $105 for a trunk mat, bringing the total price before tax to $79,000. So it's a big difference, and this car would be a lot different without all those options. Those options are everything from the navigation system, which is optional, the sport seats, the leather interior. This has a sport package with the torque vectoring differential I was talking about. It also has carbon fiber roof, carbon fiber rear wing, and carbon fiber inserts inside. All that stuff is optional. So I think driving a $64,000 RCF is a heck of a lot different than driving essentially an $80,000 RCF. And I think to really get the full experience, you need all those options, because then it really does feel like a super luxury touring car, something that compares with a Jaguar F-Type R, or even maybe an Aston Martin or something like that, because you do have that build quality. So everything I like, I don't find myself shifting this car manually. I drive it a lot in the Sport Plus mode, which is what it's in now, and that does well for me. The car is loud. You've got the engine, obviously, which is made to be loud, 32 valve, 5-liter V8 engine. but I believe it is audio enhanced through the stereo system. So if I go like, that part of that noise that you're hearing is coming through the stereo, and it's not all engine. But I'm noticing a lot of cars these days need more insulation. Hello, car dealers, car makers, put more insulation in cars, make them quieter. I just had a Buick Regal Sportback that has special insulation to make it super quiet on the freeway. So it has thick double pane glass or something like that. It also has special insulation around the wheel wells and around the tires. So this car, obviously the engine is noisy, but when I'm cruising, you do hear a lot of wind noise and you do hear a lot of tire noise. So it's not a peaceful, totally quiet cabin experience, which I would like to have, and I think they could have if they had more sound deadening and more insulation on the car. But with that said, it's a very comfortable car, and it's a very luxurious car. And if you have it in the normal comfort mode, it's very, you know, the suspension is soft and it's a pleasure to drive. So again, great driving experience. Really does well at high speeds. With that big V8 engine, it can be hard to keep it under 80, and you find that every time you go to pass somebody, suddenly you're approaching triple digits. But as I said, it was a real pleasure to drive all the way up and down the coast, both on the long stretches of the freeway, on the 5, as well as kind of the mountain roads up in Sonoma and the curvy things that we had an opportunity to drive on when we went wine tasting up there. Okay, so that is the review of the 2017 Lexus RC F. And if you like what you see, please go ahead and click like on the video. Leave me a comment, tell me what you liked, tell me what you want to see, and of course, subscribe to my channel to see more luxury travel and luxury car videos.